Deshaun publicly apologizing for the first time?
Well, what I want people to understand is that there's a perfectly logical explanation why you didn't get this apology sooner. The man had 24 cases of sexual misconduct levied against him. Anybody that's got a lawyer knows that your lawyer's going to tell you to shut up, let them do the talking, say absolutely positively nothing to incriminate yourself while the case is ongoing.
Yeah.
So to hear people out there going off about we haven't seen any contrition, we hadn't heard any remorse or anything, well, those things come attached with a level of guilt that you don't want to embrace if you've got 24 cases against you.
Yeah, it's an admission of guilt.
So once it's done, now you can address it in a manner that some would have liked you, or most would have liked you to have addressed it earlier. So I was never fazed by the fact that he didn't say anything earlier, because anybody that's ever had a lawyer, regardless of what the case is, your first thing your lawyer is telling you is to shut the hell up and let them do the talking.
Right.
Having said all of that, here's the bottom line. You can look at it as an admission of guilt. He has been on the record when his lawyer told him he could speak about it, categorically denying it. Very few people on earth believe him, because where there's smoke, there's fire. If it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose. You got 25 different women coming at you, accusing you of the same behavior. You're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody who believes that you were completely as innocent as you're claiming to be. So in the end, what he said, by saying what he said to me, is that, you just admitted that, you, as far as I'm concerned, you're a very promiscuous individual. New York Times report, 66 massage therapists. And by the way, I need to bring this up, and I'm not laughing about this, but it's worth reminding folks. The 66 women who were massage therapists that he purportedly visited, according to the New York Times, he did that during COVID. Everybody forget all that. It was during COVID. Rusty Hart and his lawyer came out and said, well, during the coronavirus pandemic, we were dealing with unprecedented times, and as a result, he had to get innovative. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was saying. Damn. It's really nothing to say. It's almost over. He still's got one case pending, but I just want everybody to understand. Don't look at his apology and think like, he should have been said this. He could not.
Yeah.
Your lawyer tells you to shut up, and any smart client listens to their lawyer if they have a good lawyer, and Rusty Hardin is pretty damn good.
He's a good lawyer. Now, and the situation is so tough, even talking about it or dealing with it, but when this first came out, there was a way I thought that Deshaun Watson could have handled it, and you're right. You're absolutely right. Trust me, I know. The first one, you don't say a word. But we are in different times now. With social media and all the Instagram and everything, when you don't say anything, man, it spreads almost as if you are guilty. So if you do say something, you get something. Like I would have liked early on for Deshaun Watson to try to apologize without admitting guilt. Just say, hey, obviously, because anytime you have this kind of situation, there are two people seeing things differently. Mm-hmm. They see it differently. Obviously, we're seeing things differently. So, but I still want to say I'm sorry for being in this situation. Some kind of way, I wish he would have done that, because I think that does matter when the public hears from you right at when a situation happens.
You can wish that. I can wish that.
Yeah.
Molly, you certainly can wish that.
Yeah.
As the lady amongst us.
Yeah.
But let's remember, this dude was dealing with a legal matter. And if it's one person, that's a different animal. When you got 24 cases coming against you, remember he was still with the Houston Texans. This is before he got his $230 million contract. So you talking about being in a situation where, because you knew they wanted a settlement and they were coming after you, their lawyers, same lawyer representing them, was coming after you for a settlement. When you've got that inordinate amount of cases coming against you, I would tell you there was nothing he could say.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But Stephen, from what I understand, there was one case came first, and he could have handled that one differently. And he could have tried to take care of that one case first, and maybe it didn't roll over to all of this.
Yeah,
but he was fighting that one
But
situation.
if one case comes your way with one lawyer, the lawyer ain't going to get quiet when 23 other cases comes his way.
What I'm saying, though, the lawyer's going to go and prove up his case by finding the
Michael's
other
saying
23.
you would have gone
and
in front
Bugsy
of
went
it.
and found
Yeah.
these other girls.
Yeah.
You really think he had to find them?
I'm just
He
saying.
didn't, they were coming.
I'm just saying.
They were
Let
coming.
me just,
I know he had
let me
an
just say
opportunity
one
to
thing,
start
because
on
you
it. I wish
haven't
he
been
would've
here
done
before.
that.
Obviously got the 6-game suspension. Roger Goodell appealing it. I thought this was the right call, that the punishment was a little too lenient, and I thought Roger handled this properly. The commissioner always takes a lot of flack. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought the commissioner did the right thing.
Yeah.
He negotiated, he collectively bargained for having the right to appeal. But more importantly than anything else, knowing that the commissioner and the league office wanted a year all along. When the 6-game suspension came handed down, the NFL Players Association knows better than the league settling for that. If you wanted a year and they only gave him 6 games, and you've got cases on the books, Tom Brady, deflated football, 4 games, mere accusations by one person giving somebody 6 games, and Ezekiel Elliott, Ben Roethlisberger years ago, 4 games. The list goes on and on. If you've got something like that going on, and you know that the case is not only going to be heard by one judge, Sue L. Robinson with the first judge, she handed down the 6-game suspension, but an appeals allows another judge to hear that. Well, then if you're Roger Goodell, you're covering yourself by making sure, look, I tried to do all I could. This is all I could get, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.